Hey, this is Walter Jones.
This is Austin St. John.
And you're listening to
Ranger Danger.
Go, go, Ranger Danger. Woo. Go, go, Ranger Danger. Woo. Go, go, Ranger Danger. Matt and Michael's Ranger Danger.
Welcome once again to Mighty Morphin Ranger Danger, the podcast where we watch an episode of the TV series Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and then after that, we break it down. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
We're going to watch the Mutiny Part 3 today.
Yep.
I'm Matt.
I'm Michael.
Tim is back.
I'm back again. Thank you very much.
Hopefully it's good as a Christmas present to us.
Yes, absolutely. But if not, we have a Christmas present for you guys.
Yeah, so as of tomorrow, it will go up.
Yep.
We have written an episode.
Yes.
We've talked at length about how terrible the writing on this show is.
Yep.
At the end of the previous episode, even.
Yeah.
We decided it was time for us to put our money where our mouths were.
Yep.
You know, how difficult is it? So there was some released Zayu 2 footage that I think we actually talked about on the podcast.
A while ago, yeah.
For a whole string of episodes, including the episode that will go up next week, which is called A Bad Reflection on You.
No, it's not. It's called
it's
The
not. We've done
Wannabe.
that one. It's called The Wannabe Ranger.
That's right.
I forget all the ones with alternate rangers.
Yep.
Anyway, so we've taken that footage.
Yep.
And we have written an episode around it.
Yep.
And we kind of thought maybe we'll just put the PDF up, let people read it. But we are an audio podcast, so we've gotten back a whole slate of our previous guests, and we've recorded it as a live action...
Like a radio play.
Radio-play, live table read.
Yeah.
We haven't actually done it yet as we're recording this.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's going to be great. We're doing it next week.
I'm looking forward to it, yeah. I'm pretty happy with our script, to be honest.
Yeah. We've still got some writing to go at the time of this.
A little bit.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
So, you can download that as of tomorrow. It's our Christmas present to you guys.
Yep.
And we will talk more about that on the following episode.
Yeah.
After you've had the chance to watch that.
Digest
So,
it.
I recommend that you listen to that episode before you watch listen to episode 64.
Yep.
Just because otherwise we'll talk at the start for maybe 20 minutes about some of our decisions there and it won't make any sense to you.
Absolutely.
Hopefully you like it.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be good.
I'm looking forward to it.
Also, if you're lucky, and I'll let you know at the end of that one if you are, I'm going to match some of the footage that we record, the audio, to the Zayu 2 footage and try and get maybe a clip or two of that up on YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be able to do the whole thing, just I'm running out of time.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely try and get at least a scene cut together. So jump on our YouTube and check that. That'll be a YouTube exclusive because it doesn't make any sense to do it just as audio.
Absolutely.
Hopefully you guys like that as well. I'd really like the opportunity to do more of those in the future. So if you listen to it, if you dig it, let us know, and we will do more of them.
Yeah. But I think since we've done that, we're not going to spend too much time on other stuff today.
No.
We'll just jump straight into the Mutiny Part 3, wrap up the 3-part introduction to Season 2.
Yeah, let's see how that is.
Yep. Just quickly, our website is www.rangerdangerpodcast.com. You can send us an email, which we love emails.
Love emails.
At rangerdangerpodcast@gmail.com.
Yep.
You can send us a Twitter tweet at RangerDcast on Twitter.
Sorry, what can they send us?
A Twitter tweet.
Right, yep.
A tweeter.
It's just called a tweet. I don't know why you struggle with it.
It sounds better if it's Twitter
It
tweet.
doesn't.
Twitter tweet. Say, listeners, take a moment for yourself. Say Twitter tweet. It's pleasurable.
I'm
You'll
not
like
saying
it.
it's not fun to say. Anyway, they can also...
Look, if it's fun to say, why not say
You
it?
can get us on Facebook, YouTube, Stitcher, iTunes, Google Plus, I guess. That's everywhere. Basically.
Twitter tweet.
Matt snapped. So we're going to go see if the Mutiny Part 3 can fix it for him. And we'll be back in a sec.
Alright, we did it. We closed it up.
Yep.
Wrap that shit up.
Were you as disappointed by that as the previous one?
No, definitely not as disappointed.
Sure.
I was disappointed.
Were you? I found it a satisfying conclusion.
Knowing how cool the Thunderzord is, the Thunder Megazord, which it is called despite them calling it the Mega Thunderzord several times.
Yeah, they're inconsistent about that.
Yeah, is super rad, and that probably wasn't the best.
Wasn't demonstrated as
Yeah.
much. Yeah, that's fair.
Like the music when it was coming out was pretty underwhelming compared to how cool Megazord music usually
Sure.
is. It did that weird eye flashy thing like 8 times in that scene.
So, anyway, let's go to the top. Brand new opening sequence. That's pretty rad.
It is, and it's very close to the one that I saw the most. The one I saw the most has Rocky.
The new Rangers.
Yeah.
But that's a like a reversion version of this.
Yeah, it's very similar to
Yes.
this.
So this opens with like floating, transparent clips
Montages,
floating
yeah.
montage across the screen. The same music, no update to the music. Tommy's much more heavily featured.
Yeah.
Because obviously they know he's sticking around at this point.
Yeah. They get sitcom turn to the camera and smile shots.
You bet.
Turn to the camera and, hey, there you are.
Yeah.
Shots,
Oh,
Yeah.
hey audience, it's so
Zach's
nice to see
in
you.
particular is great. Like,
Yeah.
Tommy and Kimberly, Jason and Kimberly, I think, are the first ones.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like, turn around.
A classic
and smile
sitcom
at you.
turnaround, yeah.
But Zach's is like, turn around, hey, there you are. It's
Yeah.
it's really kind of cool. The new Zords, when they appear in the opening, have their like cry sound effects.
Yeah.
I can't tell if that's good or not.
It's tight. It's cool. I'm into it.
Yeah.
They kind of blow the reveal of the Megazord. In
I
the
was
intro.
thinking about that. It's a little bit of a bummer that you see that before you see it, I guess.
But given how kind of rushed through and disappointing it is when we actually get to it in the episode, it's probably not a huge disaster.
Yeah, true.
Alright, so, yeah, it's not as iconic as that first one.
No.
And I miss the After 10,000 Years I'm Free.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but, you know, it's not terrible, I guess.
No, I think it's
It's
quite
pretty good.
Yeah.
So the Zords have stopped attacking the Rangers.
Yes.
For some mystery reason.
It is a mystery. It's
And
not-
that mystery reason is that Parantis Head is making them turn around to go attack the rally.
Yeah.
I don't know why he didn't just have them crush the Power Rangers first. We don't even get your standard line about how he wants them to watch everybody else suffer before they die.
Yeah.
I think that's a bit dark for Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Not for Lord Zedd.
Yeah, but for Parantis Head.
He doesn't seem too bad.
Sure. We get a shot with Alpha. We're back in the command center, and I genuinely don't remember what it was about because the only note I've written down is the scenes that are just Alpha in the command center are like a short dude in a costume alone on a set, wobbling and not saying anything.
Yeah.
I reckon he'd say lines.
He'd probably say the lines to get the right amount of
hand
time
actions
on
and
things.
stuff, yeah.
But knowing that sound is not ever going to be
in anything, it's just muffled inside the helmet.
Yeah,
It's like
he could just be saying fuck for every other word as long as he keeps the line lengths right.
yeah, it's not like he can even crack up and like ruin the
There's
tape.
basically no disaster that he could do that can't be salvaged. That must be a weird experience to be on that set.
Yeah.
Okay, so other people are watching Bulk and Skull. They're apparently finding it funny. I guess they're brain damage.
This
or
whole
something.
thing could have happened without the rally. In fact,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's weird that the rally, every time we go back to the rally,
it's like, oh, we're still doing that.
At
Yeah.
this point, the continuation of the rally is strange and inexplicable.
Yeah.
Do they don't have some sort of natural disaster warning for giant robot fight happening literally 20 meters away?
Yeah.
Given where they live and the very real frequency of those occurrences,
Yeah.
you think there'd be a plan?
A special siren or something.
Or the sort of the opposite is true, and they've become so blasé about it that they just get on with things now, because to stop every time cease to be sensible.
Can't stop just our fucking fundraiser rally just because there's some giant robots.
If I
fighting.
stopped every fundraiser because there was a giant robot,
We'd raise
we'd
no
never
funds.
get anything done.
We'd start having a fundraiser to fund giant robots.
I think the problem too is that so much other stuff has gone on that it seems like this rally's been going for days.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
We're
just
really
a
only an hour
it's a
later or
pacing
something.
issue. Yeah. But when we're at the end, like skipping ahead a little, and everyone's coming back, it feels like they should have sent out search parties. Is the
Yeah.
amount of time it feels like has passed?
Absolutely, everyone just waiting at the finish line.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so Lord Zedd says the first wave of attack will be against those annoying humans called teenagers.
Yeah.
Then, after
It's a funny
that,
line.
the rest of humanity will easily fall.
Yeah.
That kind of implies that once he's got all the teenagers out of the way, everyone else is useless and defeatable.
I like to think that only teenagers can be Power Rangers, so until the teenagers are gone, there's no more potential Power Rangers.
It's not true that only teenagers can be Power Rangers.
No, I know that.
Or that only teenagers have the idealism and zest required to overthrow Lord Zedd, and that after that, infants will be raised into his regime, and the elderly will be too old to be effective.
I'll be honest, if I was 40 and a dude came from the moon, killed all the teenagers, and said, right, I'm in charge now.
What do you do about
It'd
that?
be pretty tough to try and fight that.
Going to work on a Monday was hard enough already, and no one was killing teenagers.
Yeah,
like, how am
exactly.
what am I meant to do now? I just keep going to work.
Anyway.
I mean, if you get killed, that's all that super you've been forced to save up. Completely wasted.
Wasted, yeah.
You might as well just go along with it.
Try and take
Will
some
Lord
leave.
Zedd
Yeah.
draw your superannuation?
Well, yeah, he's not that evil.
Okay.
It comes from management, Michael. There are rules and regulations.
Sure.
In that scene,
Yep.
in the background, a baboon squat,
Yep.
which is super weird because we keep cutting back to this thing where they're behind a
wall.
secret wall,
Something, yeah,
peering in through like little peepholes. But then we see them out there again, and Lord Zedd knows they're there.
Yeah, they're not hiding from...
I don't
Zedd.
understand why they're watching from that place, though. There's no reason for them to be there in secret. It's not as if Lord Zedd hates them.
No, I could.
He probably does.
Well.
If he hates Goldar, he hates Squat and Babu.
Squat's a lot more effective than
Squad
Goldar.
got some things done once upon a time.
I feel like there's an argument to be said that Babu and Squat are kind of smart, and they decided this guy's a psychopath.
We'll keep our distance.
Let's just stay away from him. But that falls apart when they just
When
hang out.
they're also
room.
in the room,
Yeah,
Who knows?
it's bizarre.
So,
Well, I mean, we know. It's just called inconsistency.
Yeah,
okay, so the giant robots are going to crush the guys on bikes,
yes.
who apparently haven't noticed the giant robots because they stomp, and one of the guys goes, "What was that?"
Yeah.
It's the two skyscraper-sized
Yeah, they're-
dinosaur robots that you are facing.
They're in such a giant flat area. It's not even as if they're in the city and you could say we didn't see
Yeah, it's
them
over a couple of blocks away.
past a building. Like, no excuse.
It's odd.
So Billy and Trini arrive with the signal blocker.
Thank God.
It doesn't work.
Ba-bow.
No, it doesn't work. So Billy has to figure out what's wrong. In the meantime, let's summon the power blaster.
Yep.
For no real reason.
No, this kind of works for me. They use the power blaster and they face it at the Zords.
Sure.
And then Lord Zedd's like, oh, this is strange. So if they destroy the Zords, that's fine as well, because the
Yeah.
Zords will be destroyed. The last minute, they turn and fire at the monster instead, which seems to do a fair amount of damage
Good plan.
and stops him using the Zords for a bit.
Yep.
So I'm like, yeah,
Okay,
that's
sure.
solid.
That was good. That was
Yeah.
good.
Yep. So Billy fucked up. He put the battery in upside down.
Which is hilarious. Even more hilarious is that he's written power on the batteries.
Yep.
So that when you put them both in together the wrong way,
Yep.
they spell the word power. Now, did he take time
Well,
out
no.
of...
Here's what I'm going to say. Those are standard batteries. They both say power wrapped around in a cylinder. If you put them next to each other, it says power. And they shouldn't be up the same way, because
Yeah.
batteries go in one upside down. So
Yeah, okay.
that's fairly normal, I think.
Alright. Yeah, I assumed it was like power for Power Rangers, but they could just be batteries.
It could just be power for...
Those
power.
are just power brand batteries.
Power,
Yeah.
You forget after 63 episodes that power is actually just a word.
Word.
That has
Yeah, it means it's just a noun. It just means a thing. It's like
Okay, so he blocks Lord Zedd's signals. Lord
Yeah,
Zedd
great.
goes bright red.
He's
when
not happy.
angry.
Yeah.
Like, actually...
yeah, literally glowing. Yeah.
I mean,
He
he's
doesn't blush.
already bright red.
Oh yeah, because he's a flayed man.
Yeah.
But like,
But no, he's actually like glows with a red glow.
Yeah.
So he says, I'll strip the Zord's power and return them to the depths of the earth from whence they came.
Yeah.
Which is lovely and Shakespearean.
It is.
he's a serious guy.
It's nice, I think, because we're not having to match to Japanese mouth movements, he can be more florid and
Yeah.
more expressive and
There's no limitation on
use
his
a longer
language. Yeah.
sentence when it's time for a longer sentence.
Yeah.
Also, someone who just feels less useless than Rita
Yep.
is nice. Like, not to be too harsh, but someone who can become enraged and have a reaction where they go, "That's not good enough. I'm gonna like get serious now."
Sure.
Yeah, it's interesting how that tonal difference
Yeah.
makes you perceive the character different, because he's still failing just as much as Rita ever did. But because he's taking it seriously, you take it seriously?
Yeah, and he's not like, whenever things are going well for Rita, you
Yeah.
very much feel like, oh man, things are looking up today, and you can tell that she is feeling that too. But
Yeah.
for him, it's like, oh, I'm winning, and then when things go bad and he pounds his fist on the balcony railing and there's a lightning burst, it's like, oh god.
Yeah, that I don't want him to be
Yeah.
angry.
It occurs to me that he's basically the Power Rangers Doctor Doom.
Yes, very much.
His,
Yeah.
his entire thing is, of course I will win.
Yeah.
I am better than them.
Yeah.
When I lose, it's someone else's fault. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
my fault that I lost.
Yeah.
It's their fault. And next
Yeah.
time, they won't be that lucky.
Goldar the Groveler has the balls to say, sorry you failed.
Yeah, that was
Like,
hilarious.
whoa, that's risky.
So, anyway, he hasn't failed yet. Lord Zedd basically destroys the Zords.
Yeah.
Which would be more effective if it's not reused footage from the last time the Zords were destroyed.
It was
Yeah, kind
from
of.
which they immediately recovered.
pretty sure it's the third time we've seen that Zord.
Yeah, I now have a Pavlovian response to not worry at the sight of that footage.
That's right.
The first time, we went like...
The first time it
they
was a
stay
bad
around,
thing.
Yeah.
right? Like, they
Yeah.
don't get new Zords this soon.
Yeah.
Now we're just like, oh...
Remember how bummed out Jason was when that happened the first time?
Yeah.
Like, that was a bad day.
Yeah.
Yep. So Alpha recalibrates the morphing grid and encases the Zords with static power.
God, I'm glad,
Yeah,
I'm glad
that's-
you write that down.
That static energy, it's important and powerful.
Yeah, sure. All right. I don't know what that means, but
It means
that's
we're good.
okay,
It
'cause
means
neither do
it's,
you.
it means it's fine.
Lord Zedd makes his monster grow, Paranta's head.
Yeah.
And
It's a
he does
weird
so-
bomb thing.
It's like a bomb,
It's a hand grenade, really.
potion, grenade
Yeah.
device that, like, Paranta's head gets and throws at the ground.
When he first like pulls the pin.
Well,
like a
before
grenade.
even that, Lord Zedd
tosses
materializes it in his hand and throws it from the moon to
And we
Paranta's
get a shot
head.
of it flying across stock footage that was clearly done by someone who doesn't understand scale or
Yeah.
motion. Like,
I'm also going to point out that the amount of wands being thrown down, lightning bolts, potions, bombs being thrown down, means that the moon is in geostationary orbit over Angel Grove.
At all times. Yeah.
At all times. Right? It has to. It just has to. And that's not what the moon does.
Wait, I mean, it's possible that he, like, they all calculate the maths in their head to make it arc at the right...
It's not possible. It isn't.
Well, when you see him throw lightning at, you see it go to North America.
Yeah, that goes straight down. There's no explanation for light.
And, like, it's true that that face of the moon always faces Earth.
Yes.
But
It's not true that that face of the moon always faces Angel.
always faces North
Because
America.
That,
yeah.
that implies that Australia never has a moon.
What do you
Yeah.
think maybe he just waits for, like both of them just wait until the moon is in the right place to
But
be
they
able to
always
do things?
attack during daytime.
Right.
Although, having said that, the moon is visible during the day, and if you picture looking out at the sky, the moon could be in a very wide area.
I like the thought that that's why we never see them attack at night. It's because at that point
They're waiting to come
they're
around.
attacking the Chinese Power Ranger team.
Yeah.
Oh, you think they're constantly in action?
Yeah, there's a team,
But per time zone.
There's a Japanese team on roughly the other side of the world. So he does those for 12 hours. Then he comes up and fights the Whiteys for 12 hours.
Whoa.
He can do 2 plays in a day. He's very efficient.
It's that middle management mindset, you know?
You bet.
No work-life balance.
Yeah, no. I mean, if you had no skin,
Yeah.
where's the balance,
You
really?
can't go out to a club.
You can't really meet people. It's not the
Can you
same.
imagine swiping and getting him on Tinder? Normal dude.
Up high angle selfie shot.
Normal dude, probably a bit chubby, but that's okay, we'll swipe him. Oh, skinless monster man.
I mean, does he have like a picture of a dog or something? Because that tends to go
He
well.
doesn't have it, so he's got a photo of gold.
No, like him with Goldar, like, and they're like, oh, that's sweet and
I look
lovable.
at you, just like, oh, he loves Buck, so that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay that he doesn't have skin.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll give him a shot. Worst comes to worst, they just unmatch him. It's not a big deal. Like,
Dude, he lives on the moon. That's pretty nice.
it's tight.
The moon.
It's tight.
Gotta weigh that shit up.
Do you reckon he's now using Rita's apartment that she was using for dates?
Oh, straight up.
He's
Of course
taken-
Oh, Rita's shagpad on Earth.
He's
Yeah.
taken over the lease.
that was on the books, presumably.
Yeah,
He saw that.
That's a company asset.
Yeah.
It's not Rita's person. Oh, Jesus. You will see on our Facebook page the day this episode comes out a mock-up of Lord Zedd on Tinder. I promise you that.
We can do it. We can do
But
it.
that is a thing that is within our power. So, look, I guess at this point, Alpha basically says we saved enough of your old Zords to turn them into the new Zords.
Yeah. The 3 seconds of footage that makes it all fall apart is when they showed the Zords last episode. That wasn't in the sky. That wasn't an apparition. They were there.
The issue in the next bit is that when they summon the new Zords, the new Zords are summoned by summoning the old Zords, and then they're hit by electricity
And they
lightning,
transform.
And they transform. So it looks like they managed to salvage all of the
these.
old Zords.
Yeah.
It's just unnecessary again that they were destroyed, and like, couldn't you just have said, right, now we're going to upgrade them with the power of thunder?
Yeah.
They didn't have
There are a lot of ways around the problematic
Execution.
explanation of how this worked. There are a lot of simple and unproblematic ways to explain it.
Yeah.
Luckily, we don't get any of those. Right, so new Zords.
Yes.
They're cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are cool.
Do you want to wax lyrical, Matt? I know you love them.
I do love that. Again, this was a little disappointing
Yep.
introduction-wise. Particularly because once they actually make the Megazord, that it spends 2/3 of the fight like limping to its side because it got hit by something.
Yeah.
What I found upsetting about that is that it takes a fair amount of time getting the new Zords and then forming and then powering up and pulling its sword out, and then the first thing it does is get hit and be damaged. I want to see it achieve something off the bat, so I can feel cool about it
Absolutely.
before there's a complication in the fight.
Yeah, that was the wrong way to execute that.
So the transformation to the Megazord is interesting.
Yeah.
The Red Dragon becomes
A whole person.
a whole person.
Yeah.
Which presumably we will see fight on its own. At
Shit,
points.
yeah, we will.
And then it puts on the others as armor.
Yeah, more or less. Structurally, it's very similar to the Dino Megazord.
Yeah.
In that the red is the torso and body, the arms are from the Black Zord.
Yeah.
The blue and yellow become the feet.
You'll notice that the Lion Thunderzords actually aren't green.
Yes, because it had a green ranger attached to it normally.
Not a black one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look, I love it. I think it works so well in this context, despite them screwing up a bit, because visually it looks like a sleeker version of the Megazord.
Yeah.
You know, it's still got that kind of knight look, but now it looks a bit more like a samurai. It has the sword. It's got smoother edges.
Yeah.
It just looks like they literally took the old lines
And cleaned up.
and upgraded them, you know, and it looks great. And that like weird but awesome watercolor painting that flashes up when it draws its sword.
Right?
That's cool.
Cool.
Doesn't make any sense, but I love it.
Okay, on another note, obviously the footage of the Dinozords becoming the Thunderzords wasn't Japanese, because those are two completely separate teams. What I can tell you for a fact is that it was shot in America using the toys, because I have here some of the photos of when they were
awesome.
producing it.
That is really cool.
Very
it's,
cool.
It's just like some tiny scale model sets.
Yeah, they're just miniatures. Yeah,
and they
awesome.
just strapped the toys to like a dolly track.
Michael, we're looking at a photo of the Lion Thunderzord.
Links to in the show notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that immediately behind it?
That's a beetle.
It looks just like the rad bug to me.
I mean, I think it's just someone's car.
Okay.
It's the wrong colour to be the red bug.
Right. But like, this is the 90s. They shouldn't have that era Beetle just lying around.
Maybe someone just drove it.
Yeah, that's really interesting to me, though.
Yeah, it's great to me that the photos look exactly like every family photo I've ever seen from the 90s.
Yeah.
But, like, they're producing television.
Yeah.
No, but that's what the world looked like.
Sure.
So
Someone just had the foresight to go, we might want to, like,
take
capture
pictures
us
of
doing
this.
this.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool to see that kind of behind the scenes, how they did those shots.
And because they went to the effort of doing it this way, and it's awesome. It's why it disappoints me so much that they bungled why this happens.
Sure.
You know? The fact that the old Zord turning into the new Zord should be really cool, but they just messed it up from sloppy writing.
There's this great shot of how they've done the red dragon sword hanging with like wires so they can articulate it as it moves.
Yeah.
That's just some cool stuff. I love that behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
look,
I love the Thunder Megazord.
Yep.
I think it's super cool.
sure.
I love that it looks like a samurai, I guess.
Yep,
Is
that's
that how
pretty
you
cool.
describe it?
yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, and I think we're going to get it. See it do a lot more cool stuff. We're going to get to see the
Sure.
individual Zords do some cool stuff.
Okay.
We're going to see them in different combinations.
All of that is very exciting to me.
It's going to be a good time.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
There's some interesting things about this fight, not the fight itself, but from a like production standpoint. The first is that finally we get a shot that explicitly positions the Rangers in the Megazord.
Yes.
They're
That's nice,
in the
yeah.
giant green circle on its chest.
Yep.
Scale is kind of messed up,
Oh, 100%, yeah.
but
It's interesting too because that's American footage now.
Yes.
In the cockpit, because in the Sentai footage, it's a whole new set of Rangers.
yeah,
in the
well, that
cockpit.
gets us to the second part, which is this Thunder Megazord
Yep.
never fought Parantis Head.
Yep.
Because the Parantis Head footage was shot as part of Zayu 2
Yep.
with the intent of it fighting the Dino Megazord.
Yep.
And just they had more episodes than they had footage, or more footage than they had episodes.
Yep.
So they repurposed it for the first 10 or 15 episodes of this new season.
Yep.
But they've given them a new Megazord straight off the bat. So there's far less combat between the two Zords.
Yeah.
So is that combat?
Sure.
Combat.
Everyone knows how it goes.
I know. I have to do like when you got to do it.
Because every time you're looking at the two of them,
Yeah.
that's a shot you can't use.
Yep.
So the only shots we're seeing are Parantis Head or the Megazord, or one of them using an attack where the enemy is obscured enough by an explosion
That you can use it.
fake it.
Yeah.
And you can see the original Megazord in a couple of shots very quickly, probably only if you're looking for it. But to compensate for that, we've got a lot more reaction shots in the cockpit.
Yep.
Lots more of them coordinating attacks and working together.
Yep.
I don't mind it.
It's fine. I think but that does contribute to why this scene feels a little anticlimactic because
Yes.
it never just gets to fight the monster.
But yeah, I never see the big sword attack
Yeah.
actually physically contact him. Like, that is kind of disappointing, yeah.
It's bumming me out. You telling me that we're going to have this for another 14 episodes?
Or so. I don't know that that's the exact number.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
We have another 40 episodes after that. That'll be proper.
Sure.
So
I'm curious as to if they're ever going to say anything about Titanus ever again.
I'm pretty sure he comes back.
No, I think you're thinking of Tor the Carrier Zord.
Oh, what's the difference?
It's a different thing.
Okay.
I think it's a turtle.
I'm pretty sure Titanus is a turtle.
I'm pretty sure Titanus is like a plesiosaur.
Right. Okay. All right.
But
That's
with
fine.
kind of a tray at the back.
Well, yeah, of course.
They didn't have that?
Sure. So, look, it fights, it wins. It's got a cool electric sword attack. It sheets its sword as the monster explodes.
It was awesome.
It's pretty awesome. I'm with Matt. It's pretty rad. There's always going to be a soft spot in my heart for the Dino Megazord. It's iconic for a reason, and it's great. But I'm definitely down for this one for another year's worth of episodes.
Yeah. And yeah, there's a lot more different aspects of it that we'll get to, which is exciting.
Sure. So, Lord Zedd's pretty angry that his monster's been defeated. I wonder if he's regretting sending Rita away, knowing that maybe it's not, like, dead easy to do.
I doubt it.
Oh, sure.
She's just grating, you know. Even if she was very successful, you wouldn't want to listen to that voice. It's really interesting that we have this cutaway shot to Finster.
So good.
Finster, who we haven't seen at all.
Yeah.
At all. In the whole...
I think he might have been in the very first shot of the Moon Palace.
Yeah? Okay, but like no...
He didn't go up to see Gold.
Certainly not a line from him.
Yeah.
And now, we see him back in his workshop saying, maybe if you'd used one of my monsters, you wouldn't have failed.
Now, historically speaking...
An interesting position for him to have taken.
Yeah.
But I enjoy it anyway.
Although I do often feel that it wasn't the monster's fault. Rita...
It was the plan's fault.
Gave a terrible plan.
Yeah.
Potentially a good plan with someone like Shell Shock.
Yeah.
Could have been incredibly useful.
Very much so. It was very interesting to me that they put that in at all. It's one of those things where they didn't have to. They clearly thought about it for a second.
And wanted to.
And
I
had a
wonder
good...
if we ever see Finster again.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Sure. Okay. There you go. That answers that.
Yeah.
So... Zordon tells the Rangers that once mastered, their new Zords will reveal even greater powers. And you know what? I like it.
Yeah.
That's far better than 6 weeks from now.
I'll make it up.
Your Zords have got secret powers that I didn't tell you about.
Very much so.
The idea that they're new, you're going to have to do some work, but you're going to be able to pull better stuff out eventually.
I like, too, that it's basically him saying, look, we're another 14 episodes where the fights are going to be a bit shit. But push through that, and you're going to have some hardcore stuff on your hands.
There is some dialogue that's more or less him going, kids, buy these new toys.
Yeah.
Your old toys, we don't want them anymore.
Yeah.
We want the cool new toys.
And Tommy going, wow, those are so cool, kids.
He says-
and if kids are going to listen to anyone, it's Tommy.
Tommy
right?
says, wow, those new Zords are amazing.
Yeah.
And part of it does feel cynically like toy selling dialogue.
Yeah.
And part of it is like, I guess, well... Okay, you guys can keep doing that then.
Yeah.
Because they basically tell him, Dragon Zord...
No good.
Not.
No good. No, useless now, basically.
Yeah, it can't combine with any of these new ones,
Yeah.
so I guess we're just going to have to figure something else
It's not
out.
really that helpful to us, unfortunately.
What's Rita doing, Tim?
She's singing 99 bottles of slime on the wall. 99 bottles of slime.
Because you can't say beer on a kids' television series. God
No, and
forbid.
she's evil, so slime.
Yeah.
And
Obviously.
look, that would be fine, I guess.
So we should give some context to the listeners. They're watching on the viewing club. Yeah, they're like, oh, so whatever happened to Rita? And then they decide to look on her and feel good about themselves by putting her down.
They laugh.
Yeah.
Zordon openly mocks her.
Yeah.
Zordon, mimics her song in a very jovial, burst from Zordon, I thought.
It's just, it feels douchey coming from Zordon.
It kind of does.
It'd be like if Santa came to your house and started going, ooh, I want a pony. Like, it's just...
Yeah, gave you coal and then laughed at you.
it's not his job to be mean to Rita.
Yeah.
She's like a bad guy who he's trying to stop from taking over the world.
He should ideally be respectful of her
Yeah.
in his detainment and defeat of
And
her.
Alpha has a fucked up robot laugh that's basically...
It's weird.
That's messed
Fucking
up.
strange.
Yeah.
So, the only thing more messed up than that is the fact that after all of this bullshit, we still have to finish off the fucking bike race.
Yeah, it's really deflating, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, that's a good end to the episode, but then you have to keep going and wrap this other shit
I mean,
up.
it's not a good end to the episode. But
I
it's an end to the
feel,
episode.
though, like they could have just reordered that and it would have ended more strongly.
Yeah, absolutely. Or, frankly, none of the kids give a shit about the bike race.
Yeah.
They say they have to go and stop Bulk and Skull's bikes from going backwards. I'd forgotten about that.
They couldn't just jump off.
No.
Given that they'd already that day had a bike accident,
Yeah.
just to get off them. Just jump right off them.
So look, they rescue Bulk and Skull. The only saving grace of this bit for me is that they don't have the gall to have the Power Rangers then win the race.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
they just
true,
come
yeah.
in towards the end, possibly even last.
Yeah.
Because after all of the detours that they've been on,
They're not
for
winning.
them to then say, oh yeah, and because they're the Power Rangers, they're going to be victorious,
Yeah.
would be too far.
There is a bit, though, where Bulk and Skull tell them that they saw the Power Rangers, and Kimberly and Tommy basically laugh at them for it.
Yeah.
Which is such a mean thing to do. Like,
They were as far from us as, well, you guys are now.
yeah.
Hmm.
It's very on the nose.
That's the end of the episode.
Yep.
It had its peaks and its valleys.
I came to enjoy
Swings and
it.
roundabouts.
It was better than episode 2, part 2.
Sure.
Yes.
But I don't know that it was better than
A good
anything else.
episode.
Yeah. I'm excited for this season.
Yeah.
Lord Zedd is interesting and exciting.
Yep.
The new Zord is interesting and exciting.
Yep. Plus we get new stuff coming up. We've got the White Ranger ahead.
Yep.
He comes with a whole bunch of stuff. We've got new Rangers ahead.
Yep.
And then, we close out the season with that sort of cool new stuff. And then we get new powers and new swords after that.
That's not for another year.
That's fine.
so let's not get ahead of ourselves then. We've literally got a movie to get through before then.
But on the other side of that is Ninja. Ninja. That's how he says it.
I have no doubt, but also I don't know that, so you sound like
Are
a
you
crazy
okay?
person.
Everything alright?
Yeah, he's great. I'm looking forward to Ninja.
Sorry, who?
Ninja.
Don't get your hopes up, guys. He's literally a year away at this point.
Okay.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Thanks for sticking through us.
Yeah.
With us.
Thanks. Yeah. Look, we'll do some more year close stuff next week because that'll be New Year's Eve. But I hope you have a great day with your families or your loved ones or yourself.
Say hi to them for
I
us.
hope you get some cool Power Rangers stuff if you wanted some cool Power Rangers stuff. Maybe don't say hi to them for us.
Please do. Give them our love.
Sure. Check back tomorrow, or if you've been busy over Christmas and it's after Christmas, check back right now, because tomorrow there will be a really cool new episode that we wrote.
Well, there'll definitely be an episode that we wrote.
I think it's really cool. I'm comfortable saying that. We have gotten back most of the gang. Not everyone. Some people are overseas and some people are unable to make it, but I think we've gotten back most of people's favourites.
Yep.
I hope you enjoy it. We won't put any of this talky stuff. We'll just release that as a straight episode.
I think
so.
we'll have to give it a bit of an introduction for context sake.
Do you think so?
Yeah. We'll talk. That's not an on-air discussion.
Anyway, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year if we don't hear from us before then.
Yep.
I mean, we'll put out an episode, but you might be busy. You've got a life. You've got friends you're celebrating with. Whatever. You know where to find us. And we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Whoops. We forgot, because we always forget, well, not always, but frequently, to rank these monsters.
The Ranger Danger creature feature.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I think we're going to rank Parantis Head
Yes.
and Lord Zedd. That seems only fair.
Yep.
So,
Should we adjust Goldar?
would you like to adjust Goldar?
Where is he on the list?
It's not looking great for Goldar. He is at number 23.
Okay. Actually, thinking about now, he kind of balances himself out because he is as annoying as ever, but he's also got wings down. That's kind of cool.
Wings
So-
are cool. Yeah, let's leave him.
Yeah.
And if he proves himself, we can bump him up.
Sure.
What about Parantis Head?
Parantis Head. Pretty low. Like, I think all of the cool stuff that happened in these episodes had nothing to do with him.
Could have been done around Parantis Head.
That's
more or
right.
less, yes.
And he's just kind of a nothing monster for this.
Yep.
Sort of
He's got a
event.
fish gimmick and fish nunchucks that make no sense and are irrelevant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's useless, basically.
Yeah. So, low end of the list.
Yeah.
Better than the Wheel of Misfortune? Probably.
Yeah.
Better than Dramole?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Better than Fighting Flea?
Oh. No, I don't think so. I would put him between Fighting Flea and Giant.
Okay.
Because at least he had some... Like, he was a fish.
Sure.
Yeah.
He fails at the thing he's trying to do.
That's true.
But
Yeah.
he's great.
There's an argument to put him, like, number one. I'm not sure that he deserves to be there, but you could certainly make
I'd
that case.
definitely put him toward... Look, I wouldn't put him higher than Wrapping Pumpkin, but I acknowledge that I have a thing for Wrapping Pumpkin that is inexplicable.
Yeah. I feel like he should definitely go in the top 10.
Sure.
I think he goes... Pudgy Pig. Not all...
I don't love him as much as Pudgy Pig yet.
Okay.
I may grow to love him,
Yeah.
and we may need to adjust him.
I think it may be just under Pudgy Pig. What do you
Sure,
think?
above Teratoad?
Yeah, so that'd
That
put him
seems
in
fair.
number 5. So he's still behind the all-time classics of Pudgy
Shell
Pig, Shell Shock, Tommy, and Squat.
Yep.
But very respectable position.
I think we may need to adjust Squat at some point soon.
Yeah.
Because he's had a long string of nothings.
Yeah.
So we may need to bump him around a bit. But other than that, all right. Glad we did that.
Yep.
Merry Christmas. See you next week.
Wow, Tim, what's with the outfit?
Oh, just trying out a new look.
So, Kimberly wants to try a new style, does she?
Hey, what's going on? You look like me. I don't look like you. You look like me.
If they both look the same, then how do we find out which one is the real Trini?
I can be all of you!